There will be moments in your life when everything you built seems to fall apart. Someone leaves. Someone betrays you. You lose money. You fail. You get rejected. Your plans collapse. And suddenly, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You ask, why is this happening to me? But maybe the question is wrong. Maybe the question isn't, why is life breaking me? Maybe the question is, what if this is teaching me how to become unbreakable? Because mentally strong people aren't people who never suffer. They suffer. They lose. They get disappointed. They get scared. They cry. They fail. The difference is, they don't stay down forever. They learn how to get back up. And that's what you need to understand. Your goal isn't to create a life where nothing hurts. That's impossible. Your goal is to build a mind that can experience pain without allowing pain to become your identity. You don't need a softer life. You need a stronger mind, and that strength can be trained. The first rule of becoming mentally unbreakable is simple. Stop running from discomfort. Most people spend their lives avoiding anything uncomfortable. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid hard work. They avoid rejection. They avoid loneliness. They avoid failure. They avoid anything that makes them uncomfortable. And every time they escape, their comfort zone gets stronger. But here's the truth. You cannot build mental strength by living an easy life. You build it by voluntarily doing difficult things. Wake up when you don't want to. Exercise when you're tired. Finish the work when you're bored. Have the conversation you're afraid to have. Learn the skill you're terrible at. Sit alone without reaching for your phone. Do something difficult. And don't immediately escape. Because every time you survive discomfort, your brain learns something. I can handle this. That's how confidence is built. Not by telling yourself you're strong, but by giving yourself evidence. One difficult day at a time. One of the biggest signs of mental weakness is allowing everything outside of you to control what's inside of you. Someone says something, and you lose your temper. Someone ignores you, and your mood changes. Someone criticizes you, and you question your worth. Someone succeeds, and you feel like a failure. Someone leaves, and your entire world collapses. That's not control. That's emotional dependence. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control what they think. You cannot control what they do. But you can control your response. And that response is where your power lives. The next time someone provokes you, pause. Don't answer immediately. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is reacting going to improve my life? If the answer is no, don't give them your energy. Silence can be strength. Walking away can be strength. Saying nothing can be strength. You don't have to attend every argument. You're invited to. A mentally unbreakable person understands. Not everything deserves a reaction. One of the hardest things you'll ever learn is that people may misunderstand you. They may misunderstand your decisions. They may misunderstand your silence. They may misunderstand your ambition. They may misunderstand your boundaries. And you may desperately want to explain yourself. But sometimes, you don't need to. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Not everyone will understand your journey. And not everyone needs to. Think about how much energy people waste trying to prove themselves, explaining why they changed, explaining why they left, explaining why they said no, explaining why they are chasing something different. Stop. You don't need universal approval. You need clarity. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Then keep moving. People can think you're crazy. Let them. People can underestimate you. Let them. People can doubt your ability. Let them. Your job isn't to convince everyone. Your job is to become the person you said you would become. If you cannot be alone, you'll always be vulnerable to the wrong people. You'll tolerate disrespect because you're afraid of being alone. You'll stay in bad relationships because you're afraid of starting over. You'll accept bad friendships because silence scares you. You'll chase people who already decided to leave. Learn to stand alone, not because you don't need people, but because you don't need the wrong people. There's power in being comfortable with yourself. You can sit alone and not feel abandoned. You can walk alone and not feel lost. You can spend a weekend alone and still feel complete. When you stop fearing loneliness, you become much harder to manipulate. You stop begging people to stay. You stop accepting disrespect. You stop sacrificing your identity just to belong. And that's when something changes. You realize being alone is better than losing yourself to keep someone else. You will fail. Accept it now. You will make mistakes. You will choose the wrong people. You will make bad decisions. You will miss opportunities. You will sometimes embarrass yourself. And none of that means you're finished. Failure only becomes permanent when you turn it into an identity. There is a massive difference between "I failed" and "I'm a failure." The first is an event. The second is an identity. Never confuse the two. You failed at something. You are not failure. You lost something. You are not a loser. You made a mistake. You are not a mistake. Learn. Adjust. Try again. A mentally unbreakable person doesn't ask, "How do I avoid ever failing?" They ask, "How quickly can I learn from this?" That's a completely different mindset. Failure becomes information. Rejection becomes redirection. Pain becomes experience. And setbacks become training. Here's one of the most powerful secrets. If you want to become mentally strong, keep promises to yourself. You tell yourself you'll wake up early. Then you don't. You tell yourself you'll exercise. Then you skip. You say you'll stop scrolling. Then you spend another 3 hours online. You say you'll finish the project. Then you procrastinate. Every broken promise weakens your trust in yourself. But every promise you keep builds it. Start small. Don't promise yourself you'll transform your entire life tomorrow. Promise yourself you'll wake up when the alarm rings. Promise yourself you'll train for 30 minutes. Promise yourself you'll spend 1 hour learning. Promise yourself you'll finish what you started. Then keep that promise day after day. Eventually, you begin to believe yourself. You stop needing motivation. You know, if I say I'll do it, I'll do it. That's confidence. That's discipline. That's mental strength. Listen carefully. You are going to lose things. You are going to experience pain. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Opportunities will disappear. There will be nights when you question everything. But that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're alive. And if you learn how to rebuild, you become dangerous in the best possible way. Because once you survive something, you stop fearing it the same way. Once you rebuilt yourself, you realize you can do it again. You stop saying, "I can't handle this," and start saying, "I've handled worse." That's a mindset shift. You don't need to become emotionless. You need to become resilient. Feel the pain, but don't become the pain. Feel the fear, but don't let fear make your decisions. Feel the disappointment, but don't let it destroy your future. Cry if you need to. Rest if you need to. Ask for help if you need to. Then get back up. Mental strength isn't pretending you're okay. It's being honest about what hurts and still choosing to move forward. So from today, stop asking life to become easier. Start becoming stronger. Stop trying to control everything. Control yourself. Stop chasing everyone's approval. Respect yourself. Stop avoiding discomfort. Use it as training. Stop fearing failure. Learn from it. Stop running from loneliness. Learn to stand alone. Stop breaking promises to yourself. Build self-trust. And when life knocks you down, don't waste all your energy asking, "Why me?" Ask, "What now?" That question changes everything. Because the past cannot be changed. But your next decision can. Your next hour can. Your next action can. Your next chapter can. Maybe you've been broken before. Maybe you've lost yourself. Maybe you trusted the wrong people. Maybe you wasted years. Maybe you failed more times than you can count. Fine. That's your history. It doesn't have to be your destiny. You are allowed to rebuild. You are allowed to start again. You are allowed to become someone completely different. And this time, build a mind that doesn't collapse. Every time life becomes difficult, build discipline. Build patience. Build emotional control. Build self-respect. Build resilience. Build a relationship with yourself that doesn't disappear when things go wrong. Because the ultimate goal isn't to become someone who never gets hurt. It's to become someone who knows how to heal, not someone who never falls. Someone who knows how to get back up, not someone who never feels fear. Someone who refuses to let fear lead, not someone who never experiences failure. Someone who turns failure into fuel. That's what it means to become mentally unbreakable. The storm can come. Let it come. The rejection can happen. Let it happen. The setback can arrive. Let it arrive. Because you know something now. You can rebuild. And when you truly believe that, the world becomes different. You stop fearing every setback. You stop chasing every person. You stop reacting to every opinion. You stop needing everything to go perfectly. You become calm. You become disciplined. You become resilient. You become free. So stand up. Take a breath. Look at the life in front of you. And remember, you don't need an easy life. You need a mind strong enough to handle the life you have. Train it every day. And eventually, the things that once broke you will become the things that built you. Final on-screen text. Become mentally unbreakable. Control your mind. Control your response. Keep moving. Elevate mindset.